hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I asked 3 times. Can you hear me? You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the reason I ask is I reattach NBL. So I'm going to have to share that link in a sec. And I also went on YouTube. I'm taking a stab. I went on YouTube. So bear with me. If anyone can hear us or know that we're reconnected, please go ahead and let us know while I grab the link for the reconnect. Reason I asked if you could hear me, I know everybody's having a delay probably on their computers. Oh, shoot, where's the link? Well, Joe said will do. Okay. I think it was Tribes since you've only done 2 clips, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something. There's no way. Okay, guys, you got to stop trying to work here.
Was there some music when he was going through the field?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
You're frozen.
I don't know what that. Who? Yeah.
You, Mark.
I understand. Stand by. I'm trying to handle 30 things at the same time here, so bear with me. There's the share. Okay, so let's grab that. Let's do. That's amazing. It has nothing to do with you, Mike. I honestly think it might have been that background because that's the only music they could have heard. Agreed, folks?
Right, but I don't even know that that's an actual song.
Yeah, it was just like some kind of weird little groove.
Yeah.
If you could even call it that.
It also, yeah, also, I don't know. It's strange how these things happen. Let me use my paste here.
Life is strange.
Let's try that. Let's go here. Okay. All right, guys, if you're on my page, I just shared the link. Now, I'm going to try and share it with our crew in the chat room. Oh, Mike, here's your. See, Mike, wow. It's my voice going through your phone, then going back through your speaker, Mike, is what's going on.
Yeah, that's a reverb.
Yeah. Next time, Mike, I seriously invest in earplugs. Invest in earplugs.
Headphones, Mike.
Yeah, that's it.
You can get them for $3 at the dollar store.
Right.
I think I can handle that.
All right. Now, I shared one of the links. Rose, you should be able to see it on your page. I'm hoping we get a message from that we're back in somewhere. What's that say? Damn, my eyes. I got a lot of light in my face too. That's another thing that's making it hard to read these messages. Okay. There was some music playing in the background of the dream sequence of the first clip. I think that's what hit it. Joe thinks so as well. Who is Rainer?
Okay, I see us back on.
Okay. All right, we're back on, guys. Sorry about the inconvenience, guys. Share the link that I just put on my page, and I put in the NBL Entertainment group. Please share that link so that we can get other people back in with us. Let me know if we're back in. I can't read, Rose, so you got to be my eyes for me for a little bit. Let me see.
Let's see. I don't have anything new yet. That was an older post.
Okay.
But I do see us on the NBL page.
Okay. Excellent. That's good news. Sorry about that, folks. If you're back with us, I honestly think
it's Lorraine.
that Michael Lorraine is Rainer makes sense. Yeah. I honestly think that because of Michael's obsession with Michael Jan Vincent, I do believe that he is at fault. So I'm just telling you, you got to get over that obsession there, Mike. So we're going to continue with the show. Keep on rolling, Mike. Let's go on to the next clip. And that's clip number 3, right?
Yes, it is clip number 3, and I hope you all don't get. I hope you all don't get tired of me saying it's near and dear to me. I got to come up with another form of saying that because this one, number 3,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Really big with me. It's a movie called The Point, animated. It started actually as an album by Nilsson, and they accompanied it with this film. First narration was Dustin Hoffman, then it was Ringo Starr, and then Alan Thicke. And it's just this beautiful animated movie with the music. My mother and I, this has been our favorite since I was about 11 years old when this came out. Paul Frees does one of the voices. He gets around, right? Ooh. And then people will recognize the voice of Oblio, the little boy with the round head, who is Mike Lookinland, who was also Bobby Brady.
Yeah, so, in the Brady Bunch.
Yes, yes, indeed. So another Friday night delight, right? So if you would be so kind, Mark, as to start this clip and we can talk about it after it's over.
Okay. Joe also said the link says content not available on Mark's page and in the NBL group on Messenger. So how are you guys watching this? You're watching us on Tip. How is that? And let me do this one more time.
I see it. I see us.
Oh, you see us on NBL?
I see us on NBL. Yep.
Okay, Joe, that's you, bud. I don't know. That's you. Rose obviously can see us, and I will take a look. My apologies, Mike, for interrupting. I just want to make sure that we're up and around. I'm going to hit my own link in a sec as soon as it says not available on NBL page. Well, go to my page. Let me see. Let me hit this. That's what I put up. I think this is. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I need to unpin this. I'm sorry, guys. You might be clicking the same link as what got you on because it's pinned at the top. I don't know if you guys know you can always pin your post to be the first thing that's seen. And I'm clicking NBL Entertainment. Interesting. Let me see. Where is?
Yeah, it's posted my page.
It's posted on your page?
Yep.
But you got on, no problem, right?
I see us. We were on NBL, and I forwarded it to my page, and I see us there.
Okay, so we're on. We are broadcasting, right? Rose? Respond.
We're on.
Please. Okay. All right. Okay. Just confirming. Just trying to make the other people watching us happy. Okay, keep on going there, Mike. I think we're good.
Actually, I was just no. Actually, I was just gonna say if you could please start the clip and then we can discuss it on the backside.
You got it.
Oblio and Arrow had just barely set out on the road into the pointless forest when all of a sudden...
Arrow, look, a man. A pointed man. Excuse me, sir. We thought this was the pointless forest.
Quite right, my boy.
Well noted.
This is the place indeed.
By name,
the Pointless Forest.
But what is a pointed man doing in the pointless forest?
Listen to the lad.
Me pointed?
That's too funny.
You know, he's funny.
Me, a pointed man?
This youth amuses me.
But, sir, you're pointing right now, more than any...
My boy, I'm not the pointed man you think I am.
I can point in every direction, sure.
Any fool can do the same.
A point in every direction.
Is the same as no point at all.
Would you argue the point?
I wouldn't.
Not on a bet.
It never entered my mind.
This is vaguely familiar to me. I don't recall it much at all, but I somehow remember these characters somehow.
I agree. It's vaguely familiar to me as well. I don't get it. I don't understand where I've seen it, but it is, and the animation looks a little bit like something out of Sergeant Pepper, maybe, or something like that.
Oh
What do
yeah,
you
it does.
think?
It reminds me of Yellow Submarine, actually.
Yes, yes. It's very kind of psychedelic, trippy. Exactly. Perfect, Rose.
For
Yeah.
Joe, it reminds him of Tootsie Pop commercials.
Ah, yes, good call on
Yes,
that.
yes.
It does.
Yeah. The owl. How many licks does it take? Perfect, perfect.
Yeah, that's very good. All right, guys. Still try to view us on Facebook and see what you can find, but we're continuing with the show because obviously other people can see it. So I can't fix
Yeah,
your
most
problem for
everybody
you.
is on Twitch right now.
No, well, that's fun. That's great. All right, what else you got here? And I didn't. I'm kind of moving screen. I wish you guys could sit here on the couch with me and you guys see what I do all the time when I run these shows. But it is you really have to be a juggler. Some of the photos that went on with this clip that you just did, I'm going to throw up. Mike, once again, thank you for the photos that you supplied
Thank you,
us.
Mike.
All right, let's go on to number 4. And before you do that, Rose, please reconfirm that we are in fact on MBL Entertainment. I think sometimes these guys, you have to refresh your browser probably for it to pop up to probably re-see us again. I want you guys to try everything that you can find. Okay, Mike, let's go ahead and go on to clip number 4, my friend.
Okay, well, number 4, I think even people that aren't familiar with Tuesday and Wednesday night movie of the week will have either heard of or probably are familiar with this movie, and it's called Duel. It is Steven Spielberg's first directed movie. It's very, very simple. Dennis Weaver is driving in a car, and he is intimidated by a tractor trailer truck that continues to intimidate him through the whole movie. It's very, very scary. I don't believe there's any dialogue in the whole movie. And again, it's just one of those movies that really haunted me when I was a kid, and I really loved. So if we could play the clip and talk about it on the backside, I'd like to see what you guys think.
Yeah, and a reminder here, we definitely are on. I just pulled it up on my phone and I'm kind of listening to myself talk. We just talked about Duel. So we are broadcasting, guys. Sorry about that if you can't find it. But like I said, refresh everything. Here we go on Duel. Looks like we got knocked off again, guys.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. But keep on talking. I'm going to reconnect again. So go for it, dude.
All right. Well, anyway, I picked that scene just because it was it pretty much illustrated the whole gist of the movie. Poor Dennis Weaver is driving, and the big scary tractor trailer truck intimidates him through the whole movie. And not only intimidates him, it's basically the monster. It's the Jaws in this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't believe there was any dialogue, and I don't believe you ever saw the driver of the truck. There's another great scene in this that I love where he pulls into this. It's like a snake zoo farm thing, and the truck comes crashing through and breaks through all these cages, and snakes are all over, and chaos ensues. But anyway, is this familiar at all to you two?
Rose, you go first.
Yeah, this one played a lot when I was growing up. So yeah, it was. I probably saw it a couple of times. It's a really, when you can do a movie without a lot of dialogue and make it suspenseful, it's always good. That really put me on edge watching that scene.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it did that, Rose.
Yeah, this movie I really enjoyed. It scared the dickens out of me as well. But it also reminds me of another TV movie, and I forget the name of it, but I think James Brolin was the lead in it, and it was about this devil car and how he was being pursued by this devil car, or this devil car was harassing an entire town of people. So it was really interesting. I'm not sure the time between each one, between that movie and this one, but it's very interesting that those two were kind of similar in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad I'm glad I got something that was familiar to both of you.
Yeah. Keep going, guys. I'm doing 100 things while trying to talk at the same time. So you guys gonna have to get my back.
While you're doing your thing on your end, Mark, I'll proceed to number 5. How's that?
Please. Let's see. Should I do this first? Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. So anyway, this next one is a love story, but not your typical love story. It's a heartbreaking love story. I saw this when it came out on TV, and then when I was 12 years old, I was at a summer camp for boys. It was really great, overnight week thing, and one night they played this movie, and almost to a kid there, I was one of them, had to go back and grab his pillow like he was laying down watching the movie to bury his face into it so you didn't show the other guys that you were crying. Anyway, this is called Brian's Song, with Billy D. Williams as Gale Sayers, James Caan as Brian Piccolo. They're two football players for the Chicago Bears. Brian Piccolo gets cancer, and this is Billy D. Williams' tribute speech to Brian Piccolo, and it's just a heart-wrenching, beautiful, beautiful movie, I think. So anyway, if you could let it roll, Mark, please, that would be great.
I'll go ahead and start the clip, Mark.
Thanks, Rose.
I'd like to say a few words about a guy I know, a friend of mine. His name is Brian Piccolo, and he has the heart of a giant and that rare form of courage which allows him to kid himself and his opponent. Cancer. He has a mental attitude which makes me proud to have a friend who spells out courage 24 hours a day, every day of his life. Now, you flatter me by giving me this award. But I say to you here and now, Brian Piccolo is the man of courage who should receive the George S. Hallis Award. He's mine tonight, and Brian Piccolo's tomorrow. I love Brian Piccolo. And I'd like all of you to love him too. And tonight, you hit your knees. Please ask God to love him.
Okay, can I say something about this before you go on, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was probably the first TV movie that had me openly crying while I was watching it. It was one of the most emotional TV movies that I've ever seen, in my opinion. Anybody else?
This film is studied in television broadcasting classes because of the it was just a rating success, and I believe it was like a huge Emmy winner as well at the time when it aired.
Yeah, absolutely, and to see a young Lando Calrissian there, and of course, I loved movies such as what did I see him? What other movies did I see him in? Rose, I got the photo, so that's
All
fine.
right.
Thank you for that. Yeah. So anyway, I guess that's all basically I have to say about Brian's song. It's one of my favorites. I almost kind of watch it every time it's on.
I agree, Mark. It's just one of those movies. It's so emotional, and it's it's just such a great relationship that they have. The way they push each other, their friendship, and then that speech by Billy D. Williams. Just it's hard for me to keep a dry eye just watching that.
Yeah. Okay, now about our progress here. Joe, thank you, buddy boy, for backing me up right here. He went on and put the post on Twitch. I think we really have to make an executive decision here and probably stay away from Facebook and hope that our audience is watching now to get yourself accounts on Twitch. Or if you don't need an account, and I don't know, Joe's going to have to educate me on this. If you don't need an account on Twitch, but if we give you the link to Twitch, are you able to get on? That's my question. Do you need to have an account in order to watch us from Twitch? But I already in my mail, NBC Universal took us down for content they say they own. And usually it's music when this happens. So I hope to God that we're not in their radar now, because if it is, that means we're going to have a constant problem. We may have to just move completely over to Twitch 100%. So that's going to be a decision that we and the team are going to talk about after the fact, but I like to be educated by those that are on Twitch every day. Mike, you're doing good. We're behind schedule, but that's okay. It's because of the difficulties, but I'm not going to go through this again in terms of us knocking off of stuff. I'm just going to move to an entirely different network that people can watch us on without us having to reconnect each and every time that we're knocked off. All right, what's next, Mike?
Okay, so the next one, we're going back to Darren McGavin again. He's the investigative reporter. This is called Night Stalker from January 11th, 1972. There's a series of murders, and it turns out it is a vampire. This one, I was probably about 13 years old, and it still it scared me a little back then. Now, not so much, I don't think, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Night Stalker or any of the series, but this is the pilot that started the series. So anyway, if you would be so kind as to start the clip, Mark, and we can talk about it on the backside.
And that was number 5, I do believe, right?
I thought Brian's song was number 5.
Okay. Let's see here. Yes, it was. You're right. Here we go.
This will be the last time I will ever discuss these events with anyone. So when you have finished this bizarre account, judge for yourself its believability. And then try to tell yourself, wherever you may be, it couldn't happen here. Sunday, May 16th. At approximately 2:30 a.m., Cheryl Hughes was standing at the intersection of Casino Center and Fremont Streets waiting for a girlfriend to give her a lift home. Cheryl Hughes was 23, 5 feet 5 1/2 inches tall, 118 pounds, blonde hair, light brown eyes, swing shift change girl at the Gold Dust Saloon. Cheryl Hughes, tired and hungry, but just mad enough to walk the 8 blocks to her small frame house off the corner of 9th and Bridger. Cheryl Hughes, en route to her doom.
Night
What do you
Stalker.
think,
What can I
guys?
say? Go ahead and follow up. Go ahead.
Okay, well, first off, I just picked that scene because it really did. A lot of it was Darren McGavin narrating what was going on as he's kind of writing, doing his investigative report, and I believe that woman ends up, her fate is the vampire, and then it continues from there. And of course, no one believes him, and I think even at the end, he has to kind of squash the stories or quash the story, whatever they say. But anyway, he can't use the story. But anyway, yeah. So, are you guys familiar with this at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Rose, go first.
Oh, absolutely. This is how the X-Files came into existence because of this show.
Yes.
So yeah,
Perfect
I love seeing the old Vegas because it's completely different now. Some of the places are still there, but it's very Fremont Street's very different looking now than it was back then. So I really enjoyed that clip. Thank you so much, Michael.
I'm really glad you like that, and I agree about the old Vegas, Rose. It's just definitely not the same. But Mark, how about you, buddy?
Hey, man, Night Stalker, everybody knows it was during that time when people were reinventing television. This is one of the deep down dramas / horror TV series that was addicting to most people. I just love the character. I love some of the creatures that they came up with. Some of the, and I'm a big fan of writing. If the writing is knocks my socks off, then I'm gonna watch you again the following week. Side note, thank you everybody that says we're back on Facebook again. Appreciate it. I did get notices from NBC. We'll talk about that at another time. Let's just keep on rolling. So good job. What you got next?
Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Michael.
Mike, you did it again.
Sorry
buddy.
about that. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulty over here too.
We're canceling 420 on you. Just saying.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, this is another one that was one of my favorites and my dad's favorites. Kung Fu with David Carradine. The Roman
now you're getting into
Shaolin
some
monk,
good stuff.
going across the American Wild West. And the thing I love about this guy, and I know my dad too, because he took me to see Billy Jack. Those guys, they're pacifists. They go around, they just like to be nice and happy. They like everybody to be happy. Just don't push their buttons and don't try to harm their friends or anybody they care about, right? I call them selective pacifists, and these are the guys that I would aspire to be like if I could. Anyway, if you'd be so kind, Mark, here's a clip. This is the clip from Kung Fu.
Yeah, from Kung Fu. Okay, I got a lot to say about this on the back end too. So once I can find your clip, here we go.
You are the new student. Come closer.
You cannot see.
You think I cannot see?
Of all things, to live in darkness must be the worst.
Fear is the only darkness. Take your broom and strike me with it. Do as I tell you. Strike. Again. Here, catch. Never assume that because a man has no eyes, he cannot see. Close your eyes. What do you hear?
I hear the water. I hear the birds.
Do you hear your own heartbeat?
No.
Do you hear the grasshopper, which is at your feet?
Old man, how is it that you hear these things?
Young man, how is it that you do not?
Mike, you have more to say, or can I start?
Go right in, Mark. Dive right in, buddy, please.
This was during an era where songs such as Everybody is Kung Fu Fighting was on the radio. Kung Fu was the number one. This is, in my youth, our version of video games, which was Kung Fu. Everybody went to Kung Fu movies. Bruce Lee was out, Fist of Fury, Five Fingers of Death. My mother, I remember taking my brother and I to see, I don't know if it was Five Fingers of Death or one of the movies, but there were Chinese boobies on the screen, and we were sitting on either side of our mom, and she grabbed our heads and put them in her boobs because she didn't want us to see what was on the screen. Kung Fu was so huge back when I was growing up in my teens, 12, 13, 14, probably younger than that. Then this movie came out, and it blew everybody's mind. I don't know where it was listed in the ratings during that time, but I know it was pretty high. Now, let me tell you a little backstory real quick, all right? Carradine and I got so drunk at a convention together that I can't even repeat the stories that he told me. I did a convention back in the day on the Queen Mary, back in I don't know back when, but in Long Beach, California. It was called Spy Fest. I did a big convention. In fact, the guy that ran the convention is going to be on our show soon with a relative of Elvis Presley that we're going to be doing a show on. But he was the one who had me host that show for him. David Carradine was on board. We got so pissy drunk during that time that some of the stories that he told me about Kung Fu and some actors that he worked with, I cannot tell you on this show. I'd have to put it in my book at some time. I'm going to have to start it, for God's sakes. But getting back to what you showed here, it was just an incredible series. Thank you so much for showing this. This brought back so many memories to me. But that's about it. How about you, Rose?
I don't remember much about this show. I think it came on at a time where I was probably out doing school stuff, but I do remember the big Kung Fu phase. I was very young, probably about 4 years old or something, but it was huge.
Wow.
I mean, everybody was taking classes. I mean,
Yes.
it was a really big deal. And, for a while there, it was all the rage, and you could get books, and there was all the movies. A Bruce Lee movie is one of the first movies I ever saw at the, we didn't have a regular theater at the time. We only had a drive-in.
Yeah.
And I think a Bruce Lee movie is the first movie I ever recall seeing. My parents went and just dragged me along because they had nowhere else to put me, so.
Yeah. I have to honestly say that David Carradine carried himself around like he was one of the Beatles, deservedly so, because we were in total awe of this man when he was around us. He just emulated that kind of presence when you're around him. I remember he was sitting opposite of me in a chair on the deck of the Queen Mary. I'm pretty sure it was the Queen Mary. And my legs were stretched out because I was pissy drunk. His legs were stretched out because he was pissy drunk. And we were just talking about crap as if I was one of the boys. It was amazing. I will never, ever forget this relationship that I had to meet David Carradine and spend a little bit of time with him. So that I totally forgot that I even met this guy once until this clip popped up in my brain. So thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much. Oh, you got to unmute yourself again, buddy. Long pause.
Yeah. So
we're live.
Mark, I'm glad you enjoyed that, and I'd like to say that You're Getting Drunk with David Carradine surprises me, but it really doesn't. And then Rose going to the drive-in to see a Bruce Lee movie for one of your first movie memories, it doesn't get any better than that, really. I can't imagine. Do you remember which one it was?
Oh, I don't. I think it might have been Fist of Fury, but I'm not sure.
Okay, Enter the Dragon, maybe?
Yes.
Enter the Dragon. Yes.
And you know what, Michael? Speaking about Enter the Dragon, it was Enter the Dragon because a few years ago they re-released it out in the movie theater, and I took my son to see it.
That is so cool. Full circle, right?
Awesome.
And
that is cool.
He really enjoyed it too. Yep.
I love it. And the soundtrack to that is done by Mission Impossible's Lalo Schifrin.
Oh yeah! Wait a minute, I did not know that. Excellent,
and it's
Good
brilliant.
job.
If you can get it, I have it on CD. If you can get it, it's brilliant. So,
Wow.
Anyway, are we still? Are we going to move on? Or are we still kung fu fighting?
Yes,
here?
we're moving on. We've been running live so far. We haven't been knocked off yet, but there will be changes in the past. So in the future.
All right.
So go for it, buddy.
You're on
number
those
9.
Cats were fast as lightning, but here we go. So anyway,
number 8, I think.
Now we're going to move on to a detective team. There was a remake with Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller, Starsky and Hutch. I picked this particular clip for 2 very specific reasons. One, the sweater. When I think this came out, I was a sophomore in high school, and all I wanted was that sweater. And sure enough, Mom and Dad got me that sweater for Christmas. And in some ways, I wish they hadn't, because I must have looked like a trendy little geek. And the second reason I picked this clip is because I freaking love Huggy Bear. I just he made this show for me. Like every time he was like Kramer walking onto Seinfeld. When Huggy Bear came on the scene, he made everything better. So, Mark, if you would be so kind as to get this one going, and we can talk about it on the other side.
Okay.
Here comes Huggy.
What's happening? Huggy, we thought maybe you could tell us. About what? Well, let's start at the top. You know 2 hitmen, probably imported, recently. They tried to burn us. And anything else you might happen to know about Dobie or Henderson or Steele or any other brother cops that might be moonlighting as bad guys? Starsky, I don't like to talk to cops about cops. Huggy, they tried to kill us. Us. They tried to put holes in our bodies when our bodies were not intended to have holes. So you're
They tried to put holes in my body that wasn't intended to have holes. Anyway, what do you guys think of
that?
Yeah,
Rose?
Starsky and Hutch was on in the peripheral of my life. It's like that in Emergency. It was on. I really never got into it, but it would be on TV. I remember it being on. So, but I know who Huggy Bear is, and you know what? You need to pull out. You should have found a photo with you in that sweater.
Yes, agreed.
Thankfully, my parents didn't take a lot of pictures, so I don't think one exists.
Yeah, The little Kodak square cameras with the little square cube that you had to put on top of it for a flash.
Right,
I had,
right.
yeah,
You
my
spin
mom had one
around,
of those,
right,
yeah.
right. Yep, exactly. So
That
my
was
parents were
the
big photo
originals. Yeah, that was the original. That was awesome. I think with Starsky and Hutch, the biggest thing about Starsky and Hutch is, yeah, they were two good looking detectives, cool detectives, undercover detectives, but everyone loved the car. There was another show about a car, which have we
that car's
done a
famous.
show?
Yeah.
Rose, have we done a show on classic television cars?
No,
before?
we have not. No, we have not.
Okay.
Just cartoon cars. We've done a lot of shows on.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's very
we're gonna do the general. We did cartoons, but we could do the General Lee in that. We could do the Knight Rider car. We could
I'm
do
not doing the General Lee, my
Munsters
friend.
car, the Addams Family vehicle. I mean,
Batmobile.
we could do a show on that.
Batmobile.
Batmobile.
Let's do, I'm all about
Yeah.
that. I'm game. I'll bring my slot cars and everything.
That sounds like something that Mark Street or Joe Thompson should take on. I think they could probably do a better job than me on that. I know they're watching. I know they're listening, and just heads up, guys, you're due. But yeah, so far, okay, we're getting down to our bottom two. I had not shown any commercials for the sole reasons of the problems we were having. So I want to show at least this one commercial just to give us a little bit of a breather, and to also let people know that in the future, believe it or not, we have not gotten kicked off YouTube. I connected us to YouTube with the show. Okay. I think we could take a chance on YouTube again, but more openly. The guys, specifically Mark and Joe and his guys, were telling me a lot about, Twitch, and I was asking the ups and downs. The reason that I never really broadcast to Twitch or thought we would get a large audience over Twitch was because of the large audience that Facebook has. Everyone has Facebook, but not everyone has Twitch. If there's a way that we can advertise profusely on Twitch to get people to come there, then I will do that right away. So that's something else that we're definitely going to go to, because I'm sick of this. I'm just a little bit fed up right now. So in the meantime, move on to number 9, Mike. Oh, I said commercial, but that's okay. Move on to number 9, Mike.
Okay, so number
my
9.
bad.
Number 9 I picked. I think it's pretty obscure, but I'm not sure. I ask people if they've ever heard of it, and usually they haven't. And it's called "Don't Be Afraid of the Dark" with Kim Darby and Jim Hutton as a married couple who buy this old house, and there's something really creepy going on in the house. What people will be familiar with in this is William Demarest, Uncle Charlie from My Three Sons. He's really stretching his acting chops in this. He plays he's Mr. Harris, and he's a curmudgeon handyman in this. So he's really getting out of his typecast, right? So anyway, Mark, if you would be so kind as to get this one started, and we could talk about it on the other side.
Okay.
Those bricks are cemented 4 deep and reinforced with iron bars. There's no way of opening it up.
Now, whose idea was that?
Your grandmother had me do that 20 years ago.
Last night when I was in the kitchen, I thought I heard something behind the trash can.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't care what women's lib tells me.
You shouldn't have opened it up, Mrs. Farnham.
Well, I guess my curiosity got the better of me.
We want you, Sally. We want you. We want you. We want you. We want you.
Look, I don't know what's going on around here, but my wife is very, very badly upset. For some reason, you suddenly don't seem to like it around here.
What does that mean?
I mean, it suddenly seems to me that you don't like this house.
Either you accept the fact that something is going on in this house, that some supernatural element is trying to harm Sally, or you say that she's having a mental breakdown and that she's just imagining everything.
I want to see this so badly. I want to see this so badly.
I don't know what the hell that was.
You need to,
I've never
Rose.
seen that before.
Oh
my God.
I actually watched it fairly recently, and it didn't creep me out like it did when I was a kid. but I still thought it was a pretty decent movie. You know, like there's something creepy going on there. There's these little gremlin guys, and usually people
really
when I describe this movie, they usually think of Trilogy of Terror and the little
yes.
The little
Oh yeah,
you know,
it gave me Rosemary Baby vibes too.
I'm sorry, what was that, Rose?
Yeah.
Rosemary's Baby. It gave me Rosemary's Baby vibes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Because I think they think she's crazy too.
So
you know, they think she's nuts too. So
Who is this woman? Who is this woman, guys?
Kim Darby.
Kim Darby. Okay.
Character actress.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think she's been in any show in the 70s. She was probably in it.
right. Emergency, whatever show was on then, she guessed it.
Wow.
Yeah, is that Timothy Hutton's father?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I should look into that because that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it kind of looks like him. It's either his brother or his father. Maybe Mike Gigliotti knows. Mike G.
Now I'm going to have to look into that because they do look very similar, don't they? Jim Hutton was in a lot of things.
Which one we talking about?
Jim Hutton.
Her husband.
No.
I believe he might have been in like.
About? I'm sorry, guys. My eyes. Is he on the right or the left?
Oh, that's a friend of hers in this photo.
Yeah, there's no photos of Jim in this.
Yeah, he's in one of the. He's in the clip.
He's in the clip.
Jim Hutton.
Yeah, he looks like Timothy Hutton with the eyes.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I'm just
Mike,
curious
Mike, we are banning you from cell phone usage on these shows. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But anyway, thank you for the clip. I want to find this movie. So yeah, thank you, Michael.
Well,
awesome.
I hope you watch it. I'd like to hear what you think after you view it, Rose. I that would be great.
Don't be afraid of the dark.
That's
amazing.
Yes. Thank you, Mike.
Who is it?
Thank you for that, Mike. Yes, she was.
Yes,
wow,
and she was in
very
that
good,
kids
Mike.
episode
Thank you very
too.
much for that.
Yep, that kid where they're underground and all the kids are there. Yep, she was. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mike.
All right, guys, I need a breather, so we'll be right back, folks.
Ay. I am the Frito Bandido. I like Fritos corn chips. I love them, I do. I want Fritos corn chips. I'll get them from you.
Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Sure.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Oh, that photo was still left up. Let's see. How do we get that down? We are back. There you go. Thank you. All right there, sir. We are on the last clip. Thank you guys for hanging in for all our technical difficulties. But like we had said in the beginning, if we don't have technical difficulties during the show sucks. So it made things
I like your commercials, Mark. I used to have a Hawaiian Punch game. And if you got on a certain spot, they had the can. You had a little can, and you crushed your character. It was like it was a pineapple made out of Play-Doh. Yeah.
Oh,
that sounds like fun.
That's awesome. I like to bring some stuff up. We'll show another commercial at the end of this, but I want to talk about this next clip that Mike brought up. Without giving it away, this scared the living doo-doo out of me when it first came on. From the premise to the music, but this actor's daughter, or the daughter that portrayed this actor, or the actor that portrayed this actor's daughter, started a little bit of a stir, a little bit of a controversy when this came on, and hopefully you know about it, Mike. But I'll go ahead and let you now talk about it.
Okay, Mark. Well, I don't know about that controversy. So, you know what, Mark? If you'd like, why don't you let us know that controversy before we go into the clip?
Well, I
Because
can
I'm very
pass it on. I can kind of touch on it a bit, but I don't know if it's in this clip because I didn't view your clip previously. But it was what she was wearing. It was her attire. It,
Ooh, I
it
don't
got to a
remember
point
that.
where, yeah, it was pretty big on the internet when the internet was able to give you access to photos, put it that way. So go ahead and talk about this clip, what we're talking about. But I love this movie. I still watch it when it comes on. It still scares the living daylights out of me. So go for it, my friend.
Okay, so this is called Gargoyles, and this is the exception from the ABC Tuesday and Wednesday night movies of the week. This was on the CBS, the new CBS Tuesday night movies. It scared the bejesus out of me also, Mark. Like you said, the premise, the whole idea, and this doctor and his daughter that you mentioned. He gets called to look at these bones, and it turns out to be something creepy. One of the cool things about this is that the special effects artist, Stan Winston, this was his first film. And he went on to do the Terminator series, Jurassic Park, Edward Scissorhand, one of my greatest movies, 4 Academy Awards. So he wasn't, this has some, I think this has what was some pretty decent, makeup effects and special effects for its time, definitely. So anyway, Mark, if you would be so kind to get this one rolling, and I'd like to hear what you guys think about this one.
Yeah, and if no one's ever seen this movie before, they need to check it out because do you remember, oh God, help me on this. You remember the movie Silverado? One of the motorcycle guys, he had a big role in this movie as well as being one of the guys that helped them with these gargoyles on it. He was also the main character in Silverado, that movie. He was in a bunch of movies. I don't know if it's in the clip, but let's go ahead and take a look at it and see if he is.
Diana, run!
Woo. Okay.
So
go ahead.
Okay, so I picked that one. There were more, some other action scenes I could have picked and stuff, but I picked that one because when the guy's laying in bed and you see the fingers of that gargoyle coming up over the footboard, to me that's the kind of creepy stuff when you're a kid, right? Like you're waiting for something to come out of your closet or come from under your bed, or you don't want to look at your footboard because you're afraid something's going to creep over it. And I just really like that. And then also the other reason was when the gargoyle gets hit by the truck, the scientist really seems to have an empathy and a caring for the gargoyle. Seems like he has a genuine concern for him. So anyway, that's why I picked that particular clip. But yeah, Mark, it creeped the heck out of me too, and I'm interested to hear what Rose has to say about it. Yeah, how about you, Rose? You ever see this?
here's what I have to say about it. I've never seen it, and so when I saw your
What?
Yeah, when I saw Gargoyles, I was thinking of the cartoon, and I'm like, huh, and I'm like, what's this? You know, so that's wild. I like it. I like.
Well, we love it when Rose has never seen it, because we know how good it is when we recommend it to people, and I still recommend this movie. It's a good Friday night movie to view. Of course, we're on, so you're gonna have to wait until we're off the air before you to watch it. But it really is a good kind of weekend movie to take a look. There's no blood and gore in it. It's like Mike had prefaced, this the scare factor, and you guys know I don't like horror movies with blood and gore in it anyway. I don't even like to be jumped out on, so I don't kind of like horror movies altogether. But it is an incredible, and that's a well-known actor too. Good God, somebody look his name up, because I just brain farted on it and I can't remember what his name was, but it's actually a very popular movie, Gargoyles is. And Bernie Casey, who is the head gargoyle in that, and the voice amplification that they did on him is so creepy in its own respect. Just listening to him talk is just amazing, you know. But the era that all these movies were produced on, there was no CGI, there was no computer kind of work. It was all you know, costumes,
practical effects.
Yeah, costumes and makeup. And of course, there's some hokey scenes in there, like, you know, the gargoyle. Well, I don't do any spoilers on this, but there were some hokey scenes in that as well. But I watch it every time it comes on because it's just so damn creepy, you know. So great job on finding this one, Mike. Good job. So
Really
what else you got to talk about?
I'm just really glad you enjoyed it, and Rose, I really hope you watch Don't Be Afraid of the Dark and the Gargoyles. I think you'll truly enjoy them. And then all I've got to say on I think that's about a wrap for tonight. I just really enjoyed presenting all this stuff, and I want to say, Rose, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow and seeing this Wizard of Oz show. I can't wait to see what you've got in store for that.
Well, let's stay on you right now. We'll get on that in a sec.
Okay.
I just want to say, Mike, that every show you've done so far since you joined the show, you've hit out of the park. You've done a great job. It's kind of hard to know how someone would fit into these kind of nerdish brains that Rose and I have. Just the stab, just you started off with my favorite show, and I'm saying, this guy kind of feels like he knows something. And you went on, you did the Johnny Quest show, and you knocked that out of the park. And then you went on and did additional shows, not pretty much knowing how we produce this show, literally our methods and whatever. And you're still learning. You haven't been here long enough, and everything is trial and error. We both, as a team, all of us discover things that we know not to do the next time, not to use the next time. And we already know that on your end, you're not the best technological person out of this group, but you're going to get there. It's just a matter of trial and error, knowing what works, letting me scream at you for a little bit, and you'll realize that, oh, well, let me find something better or do something better. But your performance overall just kind of overcompensates or undercompensates all that other crap. So don't worry about me barking at you sometimes. It's just I'm a kind of guy who worries so much about what the people on the other side is viewing, what they see. That's my biggest concern. So we're going to have to make some changes. God, man, it's a pain in the butt, but we're going to have to make some changes producing this show in terms of where we show it, but the team I'm happy with. You guys are knocking stuff out of the park. You did a great show. And now we can go ahead and talk about Rose's, as we know, is going to be a great show tomorrow. Although I'm boggled. It's Animated Oz. Show Cheryl. Good God, and what's going on in my brain? Rose, why don't you talk a little bit about your show for tomorrow?
Okay, so tomorrow's show, Animated Oz. I got the idea when I went to see Wicked for Good, the second half of the Wicked films. So it's like, well, that would make a really good idea for a show. I thought of the Muppet Babies and that famous episode of theirs, and they used to show it in all the previews and all for everything. And so I'm like, well, let me see what I can dig up. And so I think it's going to be a really interesting show tomorrow. I know a lot more about Oz shows than I ever wanted to. So join us tomorrow at 9 a.m.
You know more about Oz shows. Yeah. So we can't wait for that. Saturday morning cartoons. We're gonna God. I think we usually safe on Saturday morning cartoons, so we may just, since I already have it scheduled, continue on Facebook for tomorrow. But I like to say to my audience that if you can get a Twitch account, it's free. You don't have to get on an ASAP, because that is a backup if we get knocked off again. We never know when we're poking the bear, and it always surprises us when we do. And typically it's audio stuff. You know, if they hear a song that they own or something that's in a show, you hear that song in the background. We even cut out doing intros for a lot of shows because they're copyrighted songs that obviously NBC or Universal or anybody markets, and they don't like it when you touch their money, even though we don't get any money for what we do here. I tried to explain that to them a billion times. We're always finding ways of keeping you guys connected to us. That's the important thing. How do you find any NBL Entertainment Group shows? We got to keep pushing the envelope onto where we can view. So we'll stick with Facebook tomorrow, but I implore you now, just in case we in fact do get knocked off on Facebook for whatever Rose may has to show us, you can switch over immediately to Twitch. But you know, Twitch seems to be a little bit more lenient than I had imagined, and obviously we kind of have no choice now but to kind of move over and stay on Twitch as our primary viewing platform. So just remember, guys, just break off, go get an account on Twitch so you can find us. We are, what are we? MBLENT on Twitch. Mike knows what we you guys, Joe knows also where we are on Twitch.
MBL SMC. MBL SMC.
Yeah, MBL SMC, which I may change that to just plain old MBL, because SMC is short for Saturday morning cartoons. But you know, find us there tomorrow, as well as Facebook. You know, just have them both ready so we don't have to go through this crap. What is my girl Jen saying?
She says Twitch is super easy to make an account and use. You know, Jennifer, I had a trouble with it. So
you did?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'm on there now, though. I think I'm on there now. So.
Okay. Well, if for anyone else, when I put this back up tomorrow, in fact, I'll advertise it tonight for tomorrow morning's show. Jen, if you could send me instructions, Jen, basic instructions on how to get an account on Twitch, and I'm sure it's simple. So we'll see how that rolls. Real quick before we sign off, I want to get rid of this other commercial. Take a look at this real quick, guys. We'll come right back before we sign off. I know it's 9:30, but we're used to 90 minutes.
When I was a kid, the closest you could get me to a fish was the aquarium. Now, thanks to McDonald's, I'm the expert. You see, most fish is not government inspected, but all McDonald's fish is U.S. government inspected grade A. And it's all prime white filet. No fish cakes, not ground up, not mixed with other fish. It's a filet of fish. The best-selling fish sandwich in America. Tell them your nickname, Henry. They call me Jaws.
Quality you can taste.
Hey, let's play a game.
Game? Oh, you can play Einstein if you got some mind. You can be the red, and you can be the green, and you can be the yellow, and you can be the blue. But don't you touch Einstein until he tells you to. Einstein's a computer that's lots of fun. 4 can play or just 1. If you win, Einstein knows, but if you lose, Einstein goes.
Oh, Johnson.
Oh, you doesn't have to call it Johnson. Its name is Einstein. Or you can call it Ein, or you can call it Stein.
People.
Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate it so much. We'll see you first thing tomorrow morning with Saturday morning cartoons. Animated Oz is what Rose is doing for us tomorrow morning, and we're going to have fun. Get your cereal, orange juice, whole 9 yards. Great job again, Mike. Talk to you guys soon. You can always view these shows back on our page. Again, you can review them again if you want. Thank you, guys.
Great
Good night,
show.
guys.
Bye.
Mike,
Good night.
take care.